The 1957 wheat penny with the D mint mark is a fascinating coin that captures the attention of many collectors, especially those who have a deep interest in the history of Lincoln cents. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin is part of the iconic wheat penny series, which was produced from 1909 to 1958. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has stood the test of time and remains a cornerstone of American coinage. The reverse features two wheat stalks encircling the denomination 1 cent and the words United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum above. This design, often referred to as the wheat ears reverse, symbolizes both unity and prosperity. For the 1957 D penny, the D mint mark is located just below the date, identifying its Denver Mint origin. Even though millions of these coins were minted, making them fairly common in circulation, certain high-grade examples or those with unique errors can command significant premiums in today's numismatic market. The market value of the 1957 D wheat penny in average circulated condition is relatively low, but in pristine, uncirculated, or rare error conditions, this coin can reach values as high as $700, making it a desirable find for collectors. When discussing the 1957 D penny, one cannot ignore its historical context. By 1957, America was in the midst of major cultural and economic shifts, as the post-war era brought prosperity, new technology, and a booming middle class. Collectors often value coins like the 1957 D penny not only for their rarity or grade, but also because they represent an important period in American history. At the Denver Mint, production volumes were extremely high during this time, with hundreds of millions of coins struck to meet the growing demands of the economy. However, as is often the case with coins, rarity does not solely come from mintage numbers. Instead, rarity is derived from factors such as grade, condition, and unique varieties. For the 1957 D penny, the most sought-after examples are those in mint state grades, particularly MS65 and above, certified by grading services such as NGC or PCGS. These top-graded coins are valued much more than their circulated counterparts. While circulated examples might not seem especially rare, finding a coin that has survived more than 6 decades in pristine condition is uncommon, and collectors are willing to pay high prices for them. Another factor that significantly impacts the value of the 1957 D wheat penny is the presence of minting errors. Error coins, such as those with doubled dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, are especially desirable among collectors because they add uniqueness and intrigue to what may otherwise be considered a common date. For example, some 1957 D pennies are known to have repunched mint marks, RPM, where the D was struck more than once during the minting process, creating a noticeable doubling effect. These varieties can fetch much higher values than the standard issue. Similarly, dramatic off-center strikes or die cracks can also increase desirability. This demonstrates the fascinating intersection between history, technology, and chance that makes coin collecting so rewarding. The wheat penny series as a whole is highly collectible, and the 1957 D represents the final years of this beloved design before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. Many collectors aim to complete sets of wheat pennies, and this often means acquiring every date and mint mark combination. While the 1957 D is one of the later and more accessible entries, collectors still seek it out in high grade to complete their collections. This ongoing demand helps to sustain its market value. Another interesting element is how these coins are valued depending on their appearance. A bright red coin, which retains its original mint luster and has been well preserved, is much more desirable than a brown-toned or heavily worn example. Coins are typically categorized as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, and this color designation greatly influences market value. A 1957 D penny in brilliant red condition, graded MS67, could be worth hundreds of dollars, while a more Worn version may only fetch a few cents. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to the 1957 D penny because it represents an affordable entry point into wheat penny collecting while still offering the chance of discovering a rare and valuable piece. The idea that a simple penny could be worth as much as $700, depending on its condition or unique traits, excites both beginners and advanced numismatists. For many, the hunt itself is part of the fun, searching through old coin rolls, inherited collections, or flea markets for hidden treasures that others may have overlooked. This thrill of discovery is what makes coins like the 1957 D penny so fascinating. It's not just about owning a piece of metal, it's about holding a piece of history that connects the past to the present. When examining the broader coin market, it is clear that wheat pennies remain one of the most collected series in U.S. history. Their relatively long run, spanning from 1909 to 1958, provides collectors with an attainable yet challenging series to complete. The 1957 D is significant because it came so close to the end of this era, making it one of the last wheat pennies to ever be struck. This gives it a special place in the narrative of U.S. coinage. Even though its base mintage numbers were high, its survival rate in top grades is much lower, which is why high-quality examples are so valuable. Professional grading adds even more assurance to collectors, as coins authenticated and certified by NGC or PCGS often command higher prices in the market. In conclusion, the 1957 D wheat penny may appear common at first glance, but upon closer examination, it reveals layers of numismatic interest and historical significance. With a market value reaching up to $700 in pristine condition, or when featuring rare errors, this coin demonstrates how even the most ordinary-looking pennies can turn out to be hidden treasures. It is a coin that connects everyday circulation with the world of collectible rarities, bridging history, economics, and artistry. For collectors, the 1957 D penny is more than just a cent. It is a story of American resilience, mass production, minting quirks, and the enduring legacy of Lincoln's portrait. Whether you are a beginner collector or an advanced numismatist, the 1957 D wheat penny offers something for everyone: affordability, potential rarity, and a fascinating glimpse into a pivotal time in U.S. history.